So, we're back with more Jazzinc news. Let's talk about it. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Jay with Brother Cousin's Toy Reviews, and that's right, I am back with the news, a pre-recorded video. My God, we haven't done one of these in a long time, but because this dropped yesterday on Batman Day, I kind of figured that I wanted to talk about this. What am I talking about, you ask? This right here, this wonderful little surprise, not quite surprise, but surprise that he was able to get this together for us from Yost and Jazzinc. And y'all know I'm a Jazzinc shill, so you know I had to talk about it. But sorry for the delay on this video. Had a lot of things to do, but definitely wanted to talk about this. Now, we've been seeing this for weeks. We've been seeing the progression of this figure for weeks from Jazzinc, and it looks fantastic. They have showed us multiple face sculpts for it. They showed us materials that they plan on using for the body, and they just been showing us bits and pieces of it at a time. Well, this is the first time they actually showed us a completed prototype of the Catwoman from 1992 Batman Returns Michelle Pfeiffer version. And I gotta say, it looks fantastic, guys. But you knew I was going to say that. You knew I was going to say that I think it looks fantastic, because this is a figure I've been waiting for since 1992, and you've heard me say that on several streams and videos and everything. But I am really looking forward to this. And I think for what this is, it looks great. It totally looks great. The head sculpt is just fantastic. I believe the guy's name is Sean Dabbs, who is actually Yost has had doing these head sculpts, and to see a fully painted version of these head sculpts is fantastic, and looking at it on a body is fantastic as well. Now, looking at it right here, you see it here with the hello there, or the hell here diorama base, and man, it looks good. And I believe this may be the deluxe version of the single version, because it's like 5 SKUs to this piece. I will be getting the all-in set because, like I said, I've been waiting for this figure for a very long time. But looking at it, I will say this. The body, and I get it, because this is a prototype body, and Yost did go on record saying that they're actually in the process of still developing the body for this figure. It's going to be a body that pretty much really matches Michelle Pfeiffer's physique. Right here, this is kind of like a standard Fison body, and yes, this will be Fison, so the suit will fit on the body very snug and, you know, as close as realistic as possible, so you're not getting any. He didn't want to use a jointed body, so you get those weird gaps that we see a lot with the Spider-Man figures. Thinking about what Hot Toys did with those Spider-Man figures, you can see the little creases and gaps in the joints when the suit is on very tight. Because this is a bodysuit that has to be on very tight, Fison is the way to go. So what we're looking at right here seems to be a Fison body, a standard Fison body with the Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman head sculpt applied to it. Just giving us a preview of what to expect. So even this looks fantastic. It looks completely fantastic, and I'm sure if this is what we were getting, a lot of people would still be on board for it, including myself. But the fact that, looking at this, I can tell that the proportions are a bit I wouldn't say they're off, but it's just, I think the proportions could be better because this is a prototype. So I can't wait to see them actually build that body from the ground up, that Fison body from the ground up. With Michelle Pfeiffer's physique. I think that's going to look even more fantastic. But looking at what we got here, this looks great. This really looks great. Just looking at the sculpt from all the different angles, looks fantastic. I keep saying that. It looks good. This is something that I've wanted for a very long time. And I know there's been third parties out there and a current third party out there, but Man, it ain't touching this. It's not touching this at all. Looking at this right here with the other head sculpt with the smirk, perfection. That is Michelle Pfeiffer in a nutshell. It really is, and damn, it looks good, man. This thing looks fantastic. I mean, and it wasn't but a few days ago or a day ago where Hot Toys revealed their Batman Returns 2.0 figure. So this Yost dropping this is just straight up timely and just a great punch. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, for all of you guys that are getting that Hot Toys 2.0 Batman, you may want to go and grab this one as well. You may want to pre-order when the pre-order opens up. I think that will be next week. So it's going to be interesting once he gets the pre-orders open. I'm in there. I'm totally getting this. I'm totally in on this one right here. Definitely. I'm in on it. I'm in on it, so to speak. The hell. But no, I really like this. I think it looks good. I think it looks great. And there it is with the I didn't think he could make this work, honestly, with the tongue out, but there it is. And it looks cool. It really looks cool. It looks great. Her giving herself a bath. Ooh, sexy scene, boy. Sexy scene. Love this sculpt right here. This looks fantastic. Just gives so much life to it. And that's what I like out of head sculpts. I like my head sculpts to have life into it. And the eyes are painted and fixed in this version of the prototype, but Yost did say, I believe he did say that he will be adding rolling eyes. Rolling eyes is still, I think when he said rolling eyes is still a possibility. It depends on how many pre-orders he gets, if he's going to add those rolling eyes or not. When you got sculpts this good, it really doesn't matter, especially when you got these type of face sculpts painted like this. I mean, adding the rolling eyes is pretty much icing on the cake at that point. But yeah, man, it looks good. This is good. I think this is probably my favorite sculpt so far. Another shot at it, looking at it from the angle, that's Michelle Pfeiffer, man. That really is. Once again, I do think the body is a little thin, it's a little too lean. It's like almost kind of elongated just a bit, not too much, but just a bit. To her fixing her with it. Lost my train of thought. With it being, Michelle Pfeiffer's physique. I think it's still not there, but as we said before, this is a prototype. So once he gets her physique down and they build that body from the ground up, as good as this looks, it's going to look better. It definitely is. The only thing that I am worried about is we're looking at a prototype, and we all know how prototype sculpts go. And this is, I believe, Yost's second or third, well, actually very first full-on figure. I know he did the Vulture, but this is the full-on very first figure, that he has done. And I do worry about once it goes into production, softening of the sculpt. We've seen that with Hot Toy. Once they come out of those molds and it becomes and it's out there to the people, I do worry about that. But one thing we do have to think about, that Jazzinc stuff is they're limited runs. You know what I'm saying? This is not like a full-on. It's not a big commercial release. It's a big release, but it's not a big release like Hot Toys would do. Like Hot Toys would do, I don't know, anywhere from 5,000 to 10,000 or 20,000 units. I'm not sure exactly how many units he's going to be, but hopefully we don't see any softening or anything like that from the sculpt. And if we do get some softening, it won't be that much. It'll be like that 5% or something like that. That's the only thing I'm kind of worried about. But at some point, Yost and Jazzinc, they're always very transparent. They're using that word, transparent. They're very transparent on their processes and when they get production samples. So it's going to be interesting to see what the production sample looks like when they're done with it, pretty much. comparing it, especially comparing it back to this proto. It's going to be very interesting. But what we get right here is great. It looks fantastic. I believe Yost actually also did this shot today, and this shot looks amazing. That just looks good. Her giving herself a bath. Come on, man. It looks fantastic. It looks good, man. It really, really does. It really does. But I get it, you know. Now, here's the thing. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Let's talk about it, okay? And the elephant in the room is, we saw a couple of things. We saw a couple of things from Hot Toys. Before this dropped, as I mentioned earlier, Hot Toys actually dropped their Batman Returns 2.0. Right? You know, we see it there looking good. Interjecting with interchangeable lower face plates. Looks good. Looks good. But in this, they actually also showed us this image right here. The diorama bases with the interchangeable accessories. So, and we got the Felix the cat right there. And we all know who is synonymous with Felix the cat? Catwoman. So my question is this Hot Toys trolling? Or are they making plans to go deeper in this line? You know what I'm saying? Are they making plans? Could they be developing their own Catwoman? And that makes everything very interesting. And I mean, to answer your question, if Hot Toys makes nobody's answering, but I'm sure it's rolling around in people's heads. If Hot Toys makes their version of Catwoman, am I still going to get the Jazzinc? Of course I'm going to get the Jazzinc. That just means I'm probably going to get both, honestly. And I think a lot of collectors that are in for this figure probably do the same thing, probably getting both. But we know there are brand loyalists out there. You have Jazzinc brand loyalist. You have Hot Toys brand loyalist. So it really depends, you know, it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen with this. Are they going to, once again, me personally, I think they're trolling. I think if they would have did a Catwoman, they would have did it a long time ago. But we do know how Hot Toys goes. Hot Toys, they want to be the king. They want to be the king on the hill. So there is a chance that they may try to go in and do a version, their own version of Catwoman. But I still think the Jazzinc, in my opinion, will probably be superior. But it depends. We don't know. We're talking about things that we don't have yet. So we're just going to have to wait and see on how all this plays out, honestly. But that was one thing they did. But then they did this earlier today, which I found interesting. They did this little video for the Batman 85 years. The Batman collection series by Hot Toys, and they showed all these toys here. And the video is kind of small, but I'm not sure if I can make it bigger. But if you look at it, you see a lot of things that they've released Batman related over the years. And I'm looking at it, and I can see that it's wildly photoshopped. You see the 89 Batman that just released with the Gargoyle diorama. You see the Val Kilmer Batman, you see the Batman, Pattinson Batman, you see Bale, you see all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? You see all of that. They also show you stuff that we have not received. They show you the 1966 Batmobile, their 1966 Batmobile, which if you don't know, when you're new to the channel and you're just new to Hot Toys, years and years ago, long time, maybe 15 years ago, Hot Toys actually at a convention showed their version of the 1966 Batmobile. And I believe this actually predated Jazzinc. Now we all know Jazzinc, as of last year, put out their version of the 1966 Batmobile, which I have and which is fabulous. They're also working on, I believe, a 1968 version of the Batman. I think it's 68. It's the 68 or it's the 67. It's one of them. It's another version of the 1960s Batmobile that they have releasing pretty soon as well. So I do find it interesting that they showed this in this picture. Now, what could this mean? Could this mean that they're actually going to bring that out? No. Once again, I think they're trolling. I do. I think they're trolling. I think that they're just trying to put, hope in the mind of Hot Toys brand loyalist. And I'm a Hot Toys brand loyalist. I mean, Hot Toys, we're all here because of Hot Toys. Let's be honest. But once again, I think this could be just, a hope, them giving collectors hope that they'll make this at some point, but I don't think they are. I don't think they are. In a perfect world, it'd be nice if Jazzinc and Hot Toys could just work together and give us everything we want. That would be great. Yost has said that himself on several occasions, but we'll see. We'll see what this is. I think they're trolling personally, but I mean, who knows? Who knows at this point? Who really knows what is going to happen? But going back to this right here, I think this looks fantastic. I think it's awesome. And to see it all assembled together, I'm all in for it, man. The diorama looks great. Once again, it's Jazzinc Dioramas. They're selling the diorama, but they're also giving you a dope figure with that diorama. So this is great. I can't wait to see how all this turns out. I can't wait for more updates and more more information. I'm waiting for that pre-order like all of you guys are. So it's going to be cool to see all that. But remember, guys, that's going to be it for today. Remember, hit that like button, share, like, subscribe, bang that bell for notifications and all that good stuff. We are on our way to 10K, baby, 10K. So I'll see y'all there. Hopefully we'll get there by the end of the weekend or by next week, and who knows, I may do a giveaway. It's a big number. So may have to do a giveaway. But anyway, guys, y'all have a good one. Peace, and we out.